I'll just take you around to show you what we brought.
Okay.
And then we'll sit down. Now, it was actually set out with the 3 categories because, in essence, what we were trying to say was that first we're here to nourish the children because the water bottles symbolizes the nourishment of the body, but also the mind. Because the body, if the body is strong but the mind isn't, then what is it really doing?
Absolutely.
And vice versa. So then next, we then clothe the body. And then the physical activity went with the footballs, etc. Then we come over to the practical bit, whereby now it's like the deodorants, the sanitizer, the bags now, because once you've got the knowledge, you're going to have to carry it somewhere. That's why we're bringing bags as well. So it's somewhat more symbolism of their talent is their outlet. It's written a man's gift will make room for him. Well, an orphan's gift will make room for him too, or her.
It's
So talent. If we can harness and hone their talents, if we can teach them how to channel their talents into value, into currency, then they're able to forge a way for themselves in this world, create their own families, and also then transmute that energy into the next generation. Because there is no future world without the generation beneath us coming up with substance. Substance, because that's what is being robbed of them. Their innocence and substance. All of this social media, the consoles. With my generation, it was the consoles and television. But it was a slow burner, so we didn't realize what the fallout would be. But now we're seeing it with our children in this generation. If you look around, the reason why when you're trying to teach them and you give them an instruction, they can't hear you is because they don't even know how to listen. You're calling your son, he's in the next room. By the time you walk in there, you realize he's got headphones in. So how can he be plugged into how to operate in this world if he's not even plugged in at home? Because then when he leaves the home, what values does he have? Because most people in this generation, they listen but they don't hear.
That's true.
Hi, I'm KK from the KKC Talent Hub, and we're here with Sadia Mold and Willie Zubi.
So hi everyone, my name is Sadia Mold. I am the founder, actually co-founder of an international school in Tamale in the northern region of Ghana called Savannah International Academy. I'm also a big supporter of Dynamic Stars Football Club, which my 2 boys trade. They're 15 and 11.
Awesome. Okay. And Willie?
My name is Walid Zubi. I own a construction company based in Accra.
So the name of the company?
Habicon Company Limited.
Awesome.
And my son 2 years ago joined Dynamic Stars.
Awesome.
And we've kind of adopted Dynamic Stars as a family. So we try to support Coach Titi and the boys morally and in any small way that we can. Football, and to FC Dynamic Stars in particular, has completely transformed him as a young man. He's a lot more mature, and he's a lot more sensitive to the situation of his teammates. He's clearly understood that they are less privileged than he is.
Yeah.
And most of the time we discuss FC Dynamic Stars, we talk about how these kids have almost nothing and yet they're so happy to be together to play football. We were both taken aback that Coach Titi was actually running this thing from his own pocket. And he doesn't get paid a salary.
I don't feel it.
He doesn't have much. And he gives so much to these boys. So for me, Coach Titi is a hero. I mean, I love this guy.
It's helped him to see that these boys are perhaps less privileged, but they're able to perform with so much joy, etc. You see, that is the beauty of football, is that one, it unites, but it also teaches. Because to be able to play football, you have to gain understanding. You must be able to understand the game first to be able to partake in it. But that's actually the rule of life.
That's true.
To be able to partake in life effectively, you must understand it.
I mean, last night, Niamo is actually packed. There are 3 football boots that are too small for him. He's already got them in a bag. He's identified 3 boys that he's going to give them to.
Oh.
You know, so like what he was saying, what is also important for us is for our children, our spoiled brats, to realize how privileged and how lucky.
In Ghana, we call them dadabis.
Dadabis.
Yes.
Yes. So imagine these 3 dadabis surrounded by 100 hardcore, Labadibas. And when they are on the pitch, there's nothing like that. Coach Titi treats them all the same. So it's a very important value that our boys are also picking up.
Yeah, I guess bringing it back, that's why whenever I hear of like Coach Titi's or Coach Nanau, Coach Prince, Coach Dan, I know that they're being stretched to their maximum. And the fact that I've gone away and I come back, for Coach Titi, I've not seen him for the best part of, I said 2008 we started. Synergy, I was probably lost in 2011. So the 10 years, he's still going.
And he's still going.
Perseverance,
Yep.
diligence, consistency. I respect that. So that's why we're here. We want to document it. And it's not just documenting. We want to try and get you guys some support. Because it's all fun and well, people coming and giving you a pat on the back, but a pat on the back does not do enough. In actual fact, a pat on the back is tiring. Because a pat on the back, you're pushing someone forward, but they have no energy already. So in actual fact, you need to fuel them.
I would also want to replicate the similar thing up in Tamale. And Walid and I are on the school project together. And so that's the next step for us, is to start the Savannah International Football Academy, which would not just be focusing on the students in the school, but most importantly for us is to extend it to kids in the local communities as well. So, so we need all the support we can get. Some of these kids would come to you without even shoes. Sometimes they haven't even eaten. So you need to be able to nourish them, clothe them, and also make sure that they are in school. So there's a lot that one can, do for these kids.
So Willie, for yourself?
Well, I've already started in my own way, trying to raise local support for dynamic stars.
Okay.
I've spoken to a couple of friends of mine. One of them who owns the agency for Adidas.
Okay.
And I showed them a picture of the team with my son in it. And I said to him, these boys really go to bed. They may have some hope, but they are probably frustrated and thinking, will I ever become a star?
Yeah.
And I said to him, look, we have to find a way to support them.
Yeah.
And he just looked at me and he said to me, get me all the sizes and I'll take care of it.
Awesome.
So, what he plans to do is to look at the sizes and say, here are, jerseys and shorts and shoes for the team. And then I said to him, so how would you want us to, place you in this? He says, I don't even want to be known.
Oh, awesome.
I don't even want to be known. I'm doing it, because you've told me a story and I can identify with it.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, KK.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Most people know I don't like documenting things, let me just be honest. But we will. This journey we're going to document. And for anyone watching, what I'd like to say is this. If this has impacted you in any way, don't just take the feeling, enjoy it for the moment and let it go. Do something with it. Transmute the energy into something of value, because I'm not trying to pluck on anyone's heartstrings. I'm just trying to get people to wake up. We are here with
Cleopatra from KKC.
So Cleopatra, could you just tell us a bit about why we brought you here today? or asked you to come today, should I say?
Well, to accept a donation on behalf of my of Coco 360 and our girls' school.
And can you tell us a bit more about your girls' school?
It's an tuition-free all-girls school in Takwa Bremen, which is in the western region of Ghana. And basically, the school was set up to offset the imbalance in education within that region, because a lot of people prefer to send their boys to school mainly for security reasons. Children have to work maybe 2 hours to get to the nearest school.
Yeah.
And so when we entered the community, one of the things that they said was very pressing was, finding a solution to the education imbalance in the region. So far, we've got 240 girls
Awesome.
from crèche up to class 4.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so I mean, for us, once we heard about the initiative, because you say it's tuition free.
Yes, it is.
Now, I mean, in this world we live in, we know that nothing really is for free. There's a cost somewhere.
Yeah.
And whether it's a monetary cost or the cost is time, effort, and energy, it's still a cost. So that's why once we heard about the initiative, we wanted to come on board. So if we go through to the display room, we've got some Disney dresses for the girls. So that's Frozen. We're gonna have to help. Yeah, I think this is and Spider Girl.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Oh, this is your favorite one? Awesome. I'm glad. If I had more time, I had actually intended to auction these, because these are customized Jordans for an artist called London YG. So he's a very talented artist. He actually doesn't only do music, he actually paints as well. Like he's done logos before, like he can draw. He's very talented, multifaceted as well. So I was going to auction these, however, a lot of the times when we get donated expensive trainers, people always say, oh, why don't you sell them and then take the money to the children? And I always say, well, in actual fact, these children have Instagram as well, so they see these Jordans and they want it as well. So why don't we just give them the Jordans? Or why don't we do something else and then raise the money and then bring them the money and the Jordans? That to me makes more sense. So that's what we do. Of course, we have varying KKC Talent Hub jerseys. You have no future if you do not invest in the generation coming.